What is up, winning team? So I thought it would be fun for us to take a trip down memory lane in the journey of my whole entire channel. Because I don't know, you guys, I just feel like it's been such a journey. And I don't know, it's something that I really want to share with you all because a lot of you have been here, a lot of you haven't. And it's just so clear how much work has gone on between me and the Lord in the videos and just how everything was. So I thought we'd take a trip down memory lane and you guys would get to see what it was like. And we'll just include, I won't put loads and loads of videos in, but definitely my first video, because technically speaking, my first actual video that I actually did was in my first year at uni. So I'll include that just for the heck of it, right? And then I will go straight into my first video when I officially decided that I was moving, or I was in the process of fully deciding I was moving, and B, fully really gonna try with my channel. And then the video that confirmed to me that I was gonna do this. And yeah, because I just feel like seeing those videos and just seeing a couple of videos from the past will be quite interesting, given everything. And it's quite funny how, I don't know, it's just I don't know. Anyways, you guys are you're gonna see, and I think this will be really fun. So I'll catch you guys in the first video. The first one is gonna be me at university, okay? So when I was at university, I tried to make this video. It's really cringe. This is gonna be so cringe. I tried to make this video tips about what you should do if you're going to university. It's really cringy. So that's gonna be the first video. So we'll start with that. Hello and welcome to my video. So today I'm going to be talking about 5 things I wish I knew when I was a fresher. Now, again, disclaimer, obviously I don't know everything about freshers, and every fresher has a different experience at university. So this is just my experience, what I would have liked to know from the experience that I had. Obviously, I'm not a professional fresher, because you can only be a fresher once unless you go back for lots of degrees, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, this is just my things that I would say. For number 1, the first year at university is fairly easy. No one really tells you that, and I think it's because they don't want you to think that's going to be a doddle, but realistically, the first year at university is pretty easy. So make the most of the university experience in this year. This is the time where you can go and check out societies, check out the sports clubs, see what you're into, try everything, so that when you're ready for the second year, when you're going to have a lot less time, you know what you want to do, you know which club you want to be a part of, which society you want to be a part of, and also you can get all the going out of your way as well, so you can do all the things that you want to do and then just, enjoy yourself. So yeah, I would say first year's pretty easy. At most universities, in the first year, you just have to pass. So yeah, this is a really good opportunity for you to get used to the uni life, get used to how things work, how the library, printer, credits, whatever it may be, so that you're ready for the second year when it's all going to be harder, and this is where it will count. Now check at your university, the first year might count, but a lot of them they don't, and mine didn't, so that was great. Number 2, and probably the most important and the most shocking thing about university, is the money. Because first of all, we all know student life equals broke life, right? So bulk buy whatever you can buy at the beginning of the year, so that whatever happens, if it comes to 2 weeks before your last loan, you've got no food at all, you at least have 1 massive bag of pasta that you still have, and maybe 1 can of chopped tomatoes. And that's what's going to be your meal for the next 2 weeks. But at least you have food, even though it's not ideal. Because the reality is, as a student, you're not going to have money. Everything's going to cost more than you thought. A lot of things are going to come up that you didn't realize. Things like toilet paper, things like random stuff like that you didn't budget for. So yeah, and that's another thing you should do. Budget as much as you can. And so next up, I wanted to show you guys the first official video where I decided I'm actually gonna do this, right? I'm actually gonna do this. Now in this video,
I was so heavily depressed, and you can actually see it on me if you look at me. And that's why I like looking at myself right now. It's crazy to think like where I was at. But yeah, you can see how heavily depressed I was. So that's going to be the next video. So let's include that now.
Well, that's why I'm starting this channel, because hi, I'm Yasha and welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is my first video. Why am I starting a YouTube channel? Well, because I like to talk. I like to talk and I like to have conversations. I think conversations are so important in life, so important in society, and I think we just don't talk enough about a lot of stuff, especially the important stuff. Like, and I just find it really odd that it's now become like not politically correct to talk about like life-changing and and things that are like really important. But I think it just goes to show the type of world we live in now, and so that's why I wanted to create my channel, to kind of be a space where we can all have conversation respectfully but honestly as well. And I think I know for myself, I love to have conversations with people who have different opinions to me, and it's because it's so interesting to see why they think in the way they do, what gave them that perspective. So that's kind of why I'm starting the channel. A little bit of background about me, I guess, would be quite helpful.
Voiceover me back in the building. I just thought I would quickly drop in to say something about this exact moment in my life, because this is when I'd gotten to the point where I had basically, prior to a couple of years before this, I had like already pretty much achieved everything I wanted to achieve in life already. And I had tried a lot of things and had a lot of experiences, and I realized that I basically still hated being alive, and it just wasn't enough. So not that it wasn't enough, it just made me realize how empty money, power, fame, all those types of things are. Like, those are not the things in life that matter, you know. So this was like the last so this is the part where I was deciding like that I need to make a change in my life, like, because this trajectory, I've tried everything, I'm bored now. I wasn't even like doing dance and stuff anymore, which is very obvious from within my outward looking. And I was just like, I was over it, and I was kind of like, I kind of got to this place of despair because I had realized that, wow, you can literally have everything and it literally is empty. It is empty, you know? And so, I don't know. That's when I guess the Lord was like, well, let's spend some time together, and we can change that. So yeah, anyways, enough of old school me. Look at me with my nails done, with my braids. Did I do that hair, or did I get it? No, I did my hair like that. I've been doing my hair since I was 18, like I said. And I used to love those shorts. Those were so comfortable. Anyway, not important. But yeah, so enough of that. So yeah, that was what it was. Next up, I'm going to put in a video of when I was so basically the first ever video that really was like winning team vibes. But for those of you who remember, my channel used to be called Queendom TV, right? And the reason for that is because I really always wanted to have like my own talk show kind of thing, where I get to just sit and talk with an audience for like hours, for an extended period of time, about different topics. And I wanted it to be like really interactive, you know what I mean? But like in a different kind of way to how I've seen other talk shows and stuff. So I was kind of like, let me already start out with where like I'm trying to head. But what you'll notice is just a lot of things that are quite different, but we'll get into that there. But the first video, and it was a really big moment for me because I was basically doing something that felt so wrong, because obviously all of this religious stuff with the body of Christ, it's so rigid, and Christians are such sticklers for like trying to do what we think is right. And for me, I was really infuriated about the Britney Spears situation, and about seeing her parents talking, and her sister talking about, and we're praying for Britney and we're worried about her, but we've been keeping her in our prayers. And I was like, you guys are not people of God. And I know that because of what it says in the Bible. And it's so funny because when I made that video, first of all, I was quite nervous because I was thinking, I can't believe I'm kind of like making a video like that of talking about Britney Spears. Second of all, I didn't really realize, I had no idea that was like who I really was becoming. Hello and welcome back to Queendom TV. I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a good day because I'm getting to talk to you. Now, today I wanted to literally I've just filmed my I'm back video, hello. And I really wanted to talk about this particular subject in question right now because Jamie Lynn Spears, hello, hi. So, hashtag free Britney. By the way, I've been praying for Britney Spears. I'm so glad she's finally got her lawyer, and I'm going to do a whole nother video on a different day about Britney Spears. But today we're going to discuss Jamie Lynn because she is really grinding my gears, if you know what I'm talking about. First things first, this is what I want to talk about in the video, okay? Jamie Lynn and James and Lou M. Taylor, all of those spawns of Satan, if I might say, they do not know God. And I'm telling you this now. Like, some people are going to think, who are you to say this? Who are you? I'm telling you. They do not know God, because I'm telling you this, yeah? Look, I've even decided to pull up the Bible for you. Now, if you're not a Christian person, if you're not a believer, that's fine. That's great. You should still listen to this video, because the point isn't about Christianity, but it's about education, and it's about looking at things and just using a bit of logic and common sense. I think people throw, as soon as spirituality comes into it, logic and common sense gets thrown out the window. At least in terms of Christianity, logic and common sense is right there with you. Let me just tell you. So anyways, I wanted to read a Bible verse here, and it says in Galatians 5, chapter 22 and 23. Verses 22 and 23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control, and against such things there is no law. Now, the starting of this says, the fruit of the Spirit. Now, this, for you people out there who are not Christian, this is your Christian litmus test, okay? Galatians 5, 22 to 23. This is your Christian litmus test. If you hear somebody talking about God, before you even attribute God to that person, I beg of you, Google Galatians 5, 22 to 23. And I tell you why. Because the big issue we have here, and I hate this, by the way, as a Christian person, it infuriates me, and it's not a joke, and it is very serious, by the way. I hate when people all be slapping on God's name onto things he ain't got nothing to do with. God ain't got nothing to do with that. Because let me tell you why. First of all, Jamie Lynn, my love, doing up fake tears. And we saw it more than once as well. If you saw the interview, you know when she did this whole Instagram live video and she's talking about, oh, and I love my sister. Of course I love my sister. I just didn't want to talk if she weren't ready to talk. And it's like, you know what? Your accent's cute, innit? But still, you do not exhibit. Let's bring it back. My Bible. Love this Bible. Love. First of all, if you loved your sister, I don't care what. How many people in this world, if something wrong is happening to their loved one, they don't have time to think about, oh, how are they going to feel about how I react? They act. Because why? Because something bad is happening to someone. Britney has been in this conservatorship for over 10 years, over a decade. This woman is 39 years old. And you're telling me now that she has spoken up in court, which, by the way, we only know because there were people in there recording it. Thank you, Jesus. I believe that was God who allowed that. People recording in the courtroom. That's the only reason we know. So are you saying, I just want to know, Jamie, were you going to take this to the grave? And then what were you going to say to Jesus? Oh, sorry, God. When you got to heaven, oh, sorry, God. I could have backed her up, but, she didn't really want to talk about it. And, no, that doesn't make any sense. Your sister's living in prison, essentially, or Hollywood's conservatorship version of prison, yeah?
You know your parents. You know better than anyone what's really going on behind closed doors. So if there's anybody that should be speaking out, it should be you. And if you've seen the whole hashtag Free Britney movement, you know a whole bunch of people will be behind you. And it's been proven already, because people, the last time that she went to court, which I think was 2016 or 2017, I'm not sure. But the last time she went to court, there wasn't that much fuss around what was happening. But the fact that there was such a big fuss around this time when she went this year, that's part of the reason why things have moved forward. And again, there is strength in numbers. So, and I'm saying all these things, because to me, these things are just logical. Like, you, as somebody who's famous, like, and on top of it, like, let's just, anyway. Goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control, joy, peace, love, patience, kindness. All right. Now that we've agreed that these are not, these traits, these traits are not traits. For Britney Spears to have said in her testimony, that you and your family members, she wants to sue her whole family. She didn't say, I want to sue my whole family, but my sister Jamie Lynn. No. She wants to sue the whole family. And now you, while she's still in that, are more concerned about defending yourself. Does that make sense? Are you okay? Are you dumb? So,
you know what I mean? Because the reason why I was even leaving London was because I had, I'd had conversations with the Lord, and I'd basically looked at a lot of things, and I felt like me and him needed to get closer. I needed to spend more time in the scriptures. I'd already started reading through the whole Bible cover to cover. No, did it start then at that point? I don't know if I'd started it yet then, but anyway. And I just felt like, I really needed to, no, I hadn't. I really needed to go deeper with the Lord. So I just dropped everything. And as you know, and I don't know why Britney Spears had stuck out now. In hindsight, it makes perfect sense. But at the time, I don't know why I cared so much. I think it's because for me, she was always so talented and so lovely. And to kind of see, again, like somebody like her, who always seemed to be so nice and sweet, whilst being so talented, being treated the way that she was being treated. And I was one of the first people who also, early days for the Free Britney movement, had noticed that something was off. Meanwhile, the jury of the sheep was all like, oh no, everything's fine. Her poor parents, it's good that they've taken all her money because she can't look after herself, which again, is she an adult or isn't she? Because this is when I started to think some of these things. I'm thinking, is she an adult or isn't she? Because when it suits us, when it suits the jury of the sheeple, people are adults and will need to look after themselves. And then when it also suits the jury of the sheeple, oh no, your parents should take over everything because you can't look after yourself. So this is when I started to really think about these things. And also because I'd just been working in a company part-time alongside what I was already doing myself. And in this company, I did youth work. So I was going all over the country, this country, and I was going and talking to like the young people, and like figuring out the stuff that they're doing. Like I was being paid literally to go and talk to them about and do activities with them and find out what's happening like in their area. What do they need to do? I was working in a school where I was teaching religious education to 4 different year groups in a primary school. And also I was working in another primary school as well. But that was my favorite, the one where I was working in the primary school with, I had 4 different classes and I was teaching religious education there. At that time, I was also working in that company because they had so many different things they did. They were a Christian charity. I was also working, we would go to different churches to do different things. So some of the churches we would go to help run youth groups. Some of the churches we'd go to help like making boxes for people who are in need. So they'd have like these long spreadsheets and we'd literally pack these boxes with like all the food and everything. We get these huge orders in from the supermarket, and we'd pack bags for people who were in need, who had signed up. And we used to go and do this work at actual churches, right? So that's when I got to go into a lot of different churches as well, because they worked like in this area, also in London, also in another area of this country. And so I got to see, this was another opportunity. So it's kind of like everything was coming to a head in that moment, because I had just been teaching myself, dance and everything, running my own company, like discovering everything for myself after having graduated, also having done some teaching after that as well. I had really had time to spend alone, like really, and reflect and get to know the Lord. And I'd had a lot of, and again, like I used to also have a mentor who was John Wesley's church. Like everything just kind of came to a head in one. And that Christian charity, that was the place where people were the most, people were just so unwell there, like so unwell. Everybody got signed off sick because everyone was being overworked, and it really, really annoyed me because it's like we were doing good stuff, but like the company wasn't looking after the staff properly and was trying to cut corners and was taking advantage of really sweet people in the company, which I didn't like. And that was one of the things that kind of really set me off, because I can't just sit around for this stuff. And particularly one girl who I was friends with there, she's the most precious of all souls ever. Literally wish her the very best. She's like she's married now and stuff. I remember there was one shift that we did together, and she'd been so overworked. She'd asked to book in like 3 months ahead to have certain days off over the Christmas break, because her fiance at the time, who lived in America, was gonna be in England. So I was like, how are you as a company, when she is literally the most reliable person, does extra hours and everything, and has put in far beyond the time she has to for her annual leave, to ask, and you're not allowing her to have that time off? And I even volunteered myself to do it, and they could have asked other people, but they didn't. I know why they didn't ask other people, because they wanted to take advantage. So it's like everything just came to a head, like at that moment. As I was coming to that, that's when I was getting closer to the Lord. I was getting into more of the spiritual things and everything like that. And also it was around this point where I was like also recognizing some other things. And so I didn't know what was next, and I'll be honest, it's been hard to get here. I'll be so honest with you, it's been so hard to get here, and I'm proud of myself in the sense that, like, I've stayed the course. But wow, do I miss some of the things about my life in London? So many things, but and do I hate it here. And again, it's more so not so much because of the people or even the town. It's just the memories, because everywhere I go, I'm reminded, and I feel like that's kind of why the Lord sent me. It's almost like sending me to like work through all my issues, because as I'm walking around the town, I know everywhere. I know all the parks, I know all the forests, I know all the schools. I know how to get everywhere. Like, so walking around here, it's like literally like walking down memory lane, and seeing it as an adult. And that's why I feel like he did it, seeing it all as an adult and experiencing it as an adult. As a kid, everything seemed so good, and everything seemed like it was fine. I felt like I deserved everything that happened to me, and I was still depressed even then, but I just thought it was just my burden to bear, that I was always going to just hate being alive and feel like a burden and everything. But then coming back to all these memories and kind of living them out as an adult, and like walking around, because I didn't intend to stay for very long, you guys. My intention was to stay for like literally like 6 weeks and dip. But that didn't happen for a number of reasons. And it's a good thing, because honestly, had I gone into this next season in this trusting the people I trusted and in the state that I was in, I wasn't the woman who I am today. As you can see, I was not her. I hadn't got here yet. And I would have been so unwise, because that's how I kept allowing myself to be hurt, but I didn't realize it because I didn't have the wisdom yet. But having everything so much in my face, and then also having the juxtaposition, like the difference of how powerful I felt in London, and how like loved and accepted and like supported I felt like with the people that I met, and coming back to this town and just remembering all the betrayals, all the everything, all the whatevers, it was like, whoa. I never really realized, what it was really like. I just kind of, as kids do. And that's why I kind of wanted to, I just thought I'd share a little bit extra about what happened, because I feel like that's what happens to us all. Like, we go through our childhood and we just kind of take it for what it is, because we don't know any better. And that's why I'm so serious about looking after kids, right? And then we get to adulthood and it's like, it all hits you like a ton of bricks. And so yeah, I'm grateful for the woman I am today. I'm grateful I gave everything up to get closer to the Lord, and now we have a relationship that's like nothing that nothing in this world could ever compare to what I have with God. And even being in a place like this, even being in hell itself, because I feel like this is the closest to hell I'll ever get, is being in this town, just because I'm never obviously going to actual hell. And here's just a reminder of everything bad that's ever happened to me. I feel like if I can even still feel that joyous and get to like a place like this, where I'm just like happy and feeling healed and feeling delivered and feeling like, you know, whatever, that's just a miracle. And that does actually make me excited for taking the new version of me back into like a kind of environment like prior to me getting involved in the school stuff and all the kids stuff again. It's always when I'm around the kids stuff that I start to get reminded, or the church stuff. But even the industry, being in the industry and seeing like what people would do and what they were prepared to do and how it worked, and like how as a woman, you know, kind of being expected to always do like sexual favors to book jobs. Like, it's just, you know, it's great to have had this time of studying everything and going over everything and going through all the healing process. And like, now I have a whole body of work on this channel. I've got over 2,000 videos on YouTube where I've been talking about just everything, and I'm so pleased with myself. I feel like it's an accomplishment, and I honestly feel like this channel is my greatest accomplishment I've ever done so far, because on here I've covered so many topics, I've studied so many things, I've equipped myself, you know, to go back out into the world, if you will, and have wisdom, be walking in power, be walking closely with the Lord, you know what I mean? And so yeah, so anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope that this was interesting. For me, it's kind of emotional, honestly, because I just can see myself looking at myself and just look and see like, she's not okay. Like, she was never okay. She was never okay. And it's like, the thing that's for me now is like, I'm so curious to see what I'm going to be capable of now that I'm actually okay. Because if I was able to do so many things like I did when I was going through hell and wishing to die every single day, I wonder what I'm going to achieve when I'm like where I'm at now. You know what I mean? So now with the winning team, I need to include that video as well. Maybe I'll include it now. The moment where I decided to call this channel The Winning Team, and we'll use that as our way to sign off, because I think that'll be kind of fun. So I'll include that now.
Hello guys, I don't know how this video is going to go, and I'm going to not overthink it, because I just tried to film this like a couple of times and I keep restarting it because I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have started it like that, and maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. And that's actually exactly why me and that thought process is actually the example of why I'm so annoyed about social media and YouTube and all of this stuff, and why I'm getting so irritated. Because for those of you who've been on my channel for a while, right, you know that when I rebranded to Queendom TV, your girl was posting every single day, which was my goal, and I love doing it, and I love doing YouTube. I love all of you. Shout out to the subscribers, shout out to all y'all in the tribe who hit that subscribe. I really appreciate you guys, and you guys definitely are feeling my vibe, and I'm feeling your vibe as well. But sometimes I stop posting, you know, and I stopped posting for a little bit, and I told you guys I don't care about the algorithm. We don't need to talk about all that again. I don't care about the algorithm. I don't like the algorithm, and the algorithm doesn't like me because I'm telling y'all the truth, okay? And the thing I realized is when I stop posting, or I feel like I don't really want to say anything, it's usually because I'm not saying what I really want to say. Does that make sense? So like, I have all these videos that I'm thinking about posting, and I'm like, oh, I could make this video, that video, talk about the Kanye thing right now, all these other topics I've been talking with you guys about, you know, on various social media. And I just feel sick and tired of social media. I feel sick and tired. I feel sick and tired of YouTube. And I'll tell you guys why. I feel like everything is so well, and this is what kind of like sparked me to make this video. Everything is so well done on the internet right now. Like when you watch people's videos, like I was watching a video just before this that then just kind of set me off, right? You watch videos that are so well done, like there's beautiful music in the background, and there's lovely, beautiful like makeup and outfits, and you know, the people who are speaking in a way that's super scripted, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. But guess what? Value? Zero value. Zero added value to anybody's life. I just get irritated by this stuff. And I'm just like, with everything that's going on in the world, with so much of the things that people don't know that's happening, because you know what's going to happen, and this is probably why I'm getting so annoyed about this, right? I feel like there's so many things that are going to go wrong, so many things are going downhill as we speak right now, right here, right now, in this moment, in this second you're watching this video. Things are going downhill in the world right now, a lot of things. And why are we then going to spend more time just watching things, listening to things, taking in information that means nothing? That means nothing. And it's like the most irritating thing to me. And I'm irritating myself. Like, I'm literally not even gonna make a thumbnail for this video. I'm gonna start posting my videos just like this. Every time I see the world becoming more fake, I feel like going backwards. I'm like, okay, forget thumbnails. I almost did this video, in fact, as a live. Actually, I meant to do it as a live. I'm glad I didn't. Maybe I should have, and then I wouldn't have been overthinking it in the beginning. And you know why I'm overthinking it? Because I'm thinking of all the things that you think about when you're a creator, right? That's why when I see stuff online, when I see what people are doing, I know why they do it, because I'm the person who has a YouTube channel and sees my little, all my stats of when people stopped watching the video, which videos are the most popular, which words do people search and associate with my channel. I see all this stuff, right? And so that's why when I can see people trying to just orchestrate things just for the sake of gaining views, it makes me just literally not give a single damn about that type of stuff. Like, I'm like, should I just delete my channel? It's like the stupidest distraction. And that's why sometimes, guys, I don't like to be on social media, because I don't like to remember that I exist in a world where people are so shallow and so fake. It's so annoying, right? And when things are right in front of your eyes, like things are happening that are right in front of people's eyes, like it's not hidden. That's why, I don't know if any of you guys notice. If you notice this, let me know in the comment section if I haven't scared you off by my energy in this video. I changed my banner because I was like, yo, no one's calling me a conspiracy theorist anymore. I am not a conspiracy theorist, because I be speaking so many facts, and there are receipts, and the receipts that are out there to this day, there are receipts to the point that you can literally see it for yourself in front of your eyes with no effort, and people are still dummies in the world right now. And I'm sick and tired of it. And I feel like this is the energy I'm going to be on now. And you know what's so funny? I'm doing this because I actually care. That's why I said self-care, self-love. Sometimes love hurts, love sometimes hurts. Sometimes someone says something that you deem to be controversial, and it's not that they're a controversial person, it's that they care enough about you that they're okay to go past your comfortability zone enough to help you get onto the safe side. That's the difference here, guys. Absolutely irritating. That's why I don't want anything to do with people, because the people I want to do with, the people that I love to be around, who I like to talk to, and this is a lot of my subscribers over here, are people who have growth mindsets, moving forward, wanting to better themselves, wanting to understand, who are compassionate, who are not just going along with things just because it's the societal norm. So the culture now is the societal norm. That's what you don't understand, right? So, and if people that want to move forward, I'll be right there with you. Let's all grow together. That's why we share. I always say to you guys in my comment section, like, I'm sharing my perspective with you. You share me your perspective. We're all going to grow and learn together. But if you're just going to be an ignoramus, you're going to know that something is bad, right? And you're going to stay there, then I don't care anymore. I really don't care. Like, that's just where I'm at. And I know that's not going to be a popular idea, and probably some other things I'm going to say are not going to be popular. And let me tell you, the simple and plain, right here, right now, on Queendom TV, I'm going to be posting, my channel is going to be very different now. I'm telling you this right now, guys. My channel is going to be very different, because I'm not going to be one of those creators who panders to the audience just because they're going to get more views if they always post the same type of video in the same type of way. Because guess what? That's not going to help anybody. That's not going to help you guys. It's not going to be me loving you truly. It's not going to help you to learn the stuff that you need to know. You know what it is? Real and raw honesty. You know what we don't have on the internet? Real and raw honesty. We do, but it's just not as prevalent. And a lot of those people doing that stuff get shut down. They get shut down immediately. And that's why a lot of people shut up and are cowards. And let me tell you something, guys. Whew, I'm going there. Let me tell you something. Do you know even the Bible considers cowardice a sin, an abomination? Even that, you know why? Because there are lives attached to our decisions. Free will has an impact. When I do or I don't do something, it has an impact. I say things, I use my free will to say things so that no one can ever tell me that I didn't warn them, that I didn't use my free will. People say all the time like, oh no, I didn't know this was happening, or I didn't know I did. You do know, and you can know. There is no excuse. We live in the easiest ever time to live on earth to get information. You can literally, YouTube basically is as popular as it is because people make how-to videos about everything. If you care enough about something, you will find a solution. And that's how I feel. Now, that's why I'm sick of people feeling sorry for themselves online. I'm sick of people feeling sorry for themselves in real life. I'm sick of like people having this willful ignorance, which I don't know if I posted that video, but I made a video about that. If I haven't posted it, I'm going to post it after this one. Even if, so you can go to work and then spend another equivalent of a work day still on social media, but then you want to talk about, oh, my mental health is bad, and I actually think, this is why everybody's diagnosing themselves now. Everybody has ADHD, everybody has this. No, most of people don't. I'm so sorry to say it like this, but most people don't. You probably don't have something. What you probably need to do is maybe change your diet. What you probably need to do is maybe change who you're around. What you probably need to do is get off of social media. Change the types of things you're putting into your mind. Understand your personality type. Why isn't that a thing? Isn't it so interesting that we're spending all this time trying to add labels, LGBTQ+, blah, 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 ADHD, this, that, and the other. We're spending all these times with these details, but you know the details we don't talk about? What about just personality traits? Because personality traits tend to be more important for people to succeed in life. Because if you're somebody who realizes that as a personality trait, you're a really good team player, and there's, again, free things you can do online to work out. People work out what type of personality they are, or their horoscope. Oh, that's the one that's irritating me the most. I'm going to do a whole video on that. Oh, my horoscope. How is that helping you progress? It isn't. It's just giving you ways to psychoanalyze yourself, to then make yourself a victim to everything because you have this, that, and the other. How about understand what types of skills you have and let that lead you into your life, onto something that you're actually super good at? Because guess what? When you do that, you'll find you'll actually be really happy. So many people find themselves like in a career path that they love, and they start to do something they love, and they realize, oh my gosh, I actually have the skills to do this. And whether I was good at maths or whether I wasn't, whether I was good at, with science, whether I wasn't, whether I was good at writing or I wasn't, whether I was good at art or wherever I wasn't, all of a sudden those things don't matter. All of a sudden they realize that the people in their life that were around them that were saying they couldn't do anything were wrong and were haters. That's why I say so much about this stuff, guys, because I'm trying to help y'all for really and for real to like spend more time understanding where you're in. Because when you understand, like, I look at everything as a game. I love playing games, okay, guys? I'm a gamer in life, okay? I love to play games. I look at things as a game, and I feel like when you're playing a game or when you're in a battle, right? And I love battle-based games as well, right? You have to come up with a strategy. You have to understand your surroundings so that you can understand how to win at the game. That's how I think of everything. That's why I want to instill all this information that I share with you guys. The reason I want to learn it is not so I can sit on my high horse and be like, hello everybody, I know more than you and blah, blah. No, it's so that I can win at this game. Like, I did not come to lose. I didn't even came to win. I am the winner. That's a simple and plain. So when I'm sharing that with you guys, because I'm like basically trying to call out who else is joining the winning team at this point. That's basically what I'm saying. Who's joining the winning team? Because the team I'm on is winning for sure. Because I'm not going to just be out here like not seeing things for what they are. I'm just going to be out here being shocked that, oh no, the government lied. Yes, of course they did. Historically, they've lied. They've always lied. There's always been corruption. Why are you surprised? Why are you surprised to hear about that? Why are you surprised that the police were running away when there was a school shooting happening, and the police could have come in and started to prevent it? The ones who are trained, you see what I'm saying? The ones who are trained to go into those situations and protect the people. 21 people died in that Texas school shooting, and the police are running away. Why are you surprised? This stuff has been happening. So much of the stuff we see, it's not new. When I start to look into the stuff that I talk about on this channel, even things that are from people who weren't even born at some of the times I'm talking about, I realize that so much of this stuff goes way back. It goes back decades, sometimes even centuries, sometimes even thousands of years, that things have been going on, that you can literally trace it back. So at this point, I feel like, I don't know, maybe I should change my YouTube channel name to The Winning Team at this point. I'm really tempted to do that. Maybe I'm going to change my YouTube channel to The Winning Team, because I just feel like, like if that's not where yours is at, then it might be, listen, you're not going to like it around here. Let's just put it, if you've watched this far through the video, which most people probably haven't, because most people have got the attention span of less than a goldfish at this point, courtesy of TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels. please let me know if you think I should change my channel name to The Winning Team, because I actually think I'm just going to change it to that. I'm feeling a YOLO moment. I'm feeling like I'm having a YOLO moment. I need to just shift the gears on this channel right now, because I care about everything I've talked about. I care deeply about the entertainment industry. I care deeply about the media industry and all of these things that I've spoken about. But at this point,
there you have it, you guys. I just crashed out over social media and how everything was just fake and everything, and I was just like, you know what? I'm not participating in this anymore. I can't do this. I can't do all these thumbnails. That's why I stopped doing the thumbnails. For some of you who might not know why, that's why I stopped doing the thumbnails and everything, because I just started to hate how there's so much airbrushed, perfect looking content, especially from Christians online, but there's no actual real substance. So I felt like I'm going to strip it all the way back. I'm going to strip it all the way back, and I'm going to let my voice speak for itself and my voice speak only. And it's not going to be about anything else other than that. It's not going to be about the lovely gimmicks and the whatevers, because I don't know. And so there you go. Anyways, well, yeah, if life's a game, let's play to win. God bless you all, and thank you to every single person who has been here. Oh my gosh, some of you have been here from the beginning. I can't believe it. And that's what I'm saying to you when I say to some of you guys out there, where I'm like, some of you haven't been here for this. Some of you haven't been here for the journey, and so you don't fully get the things that I'm saying, and why I feel like I'm truly conquering everything. But a lot of you have, and for those of you who have, you guys are honestly the best. I could not be more grateful. This channel, I really feel like, has saved my life, in a lot of ways. And it was God's idea. He was like, just start making videos. I'm like, videos about what? Whatever you want to talk about. What's that supposed to mean? And so, yeah, I'm so grateful to the Lord for that. But anyways, you guys, if life's a game, let's play to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. I'll see you in my next one.